Please help Ma reach 1,000 subscribers. What started as a question that felt harmless at the time became the turning point that changed everything. Looking back now, I can clearly see how one decision triggered a chain of events I can never reverse. What was supposed to be a brief escape before my wedding became the moment when my life quietly began to fall apart. I had been with Jason, my fiancé, for 2 years. We met at work, both driven, ambitious, and swept up in the momentum of our careers and plans. Jason seemed perfect in every practical way. Dependable, kind, motivated. He was the type of man who would drop everything to help someone, the kind of partner I thought I was meant to have. But as time passed, a sense of restlessness crept in. Our relationship, once filled with excitement and laughter, had settled into something predictable. We moved in together, chose a wedding date, and from the outside, everything looked exactly as it should. Yet beneath that calm surface, I felt uneasy, yearning for something beyond comfort and certainty. Around that time, Alex, my best friend from college, re-entered my life. We had always shared a deep connection, but after graduation, our paths diverged. He moved to New York to chase his career while I stayed behind. Over the years, our contact became infrequent, limited to casual check-ins. Then one evening, a message popped up on my phone. "Hey, I'm in town this weekend. Want to catch up?" I didn't hesitate. I said yes immediately. Seeing Alex felt natural, effortless. Time hadn't weakened what we shared. We laughed the same way we always had, reminiscing about late nights, old adventures, and dreams we once talked about endlessly. But this time, something felt different. I was engaged to Jason, yet the familiarity with Alex stirred emotions I hadn't expected to resurface. I couldn't bring myself to be honest with Jason. He trusted me completely, maybe too much, and I was afraid he wouldn't understand. So elite. I told him I had to work late on a Saturday, inventing a deadline that didn't exist. He didn't question me. He believed me. That trust filled me with both relief and guilt. When I arrived in New York, Alex was waiting at the hotel. He wore the same boyish smile I remembered, now softened by maturity. We hugged, and for a moment, it felt like no time had passed at all. We spent the evening wandering the city, eating at old favorite spots, laughing until we couldn't breathe. The chemistry between us was undeniable, but I tried to convince myself it was just nostalgia. The next day, we continued exploring the city. Alex suggested lunch at a rooftop restaurant. We shared drinks, stories, and laughter, and for the first time in months, I felt completely alive. I was caught up in the moment, deliberately ignoring the quiet voice in my head warning me about consequences. As the sun dipped lower in the sky, Alex suddenly stopped on Fifth Avenue and turned toward me, his expression serious. "Do you ever think about us?" he asked softly. I laughed nervously, trying to dismiss the question. "Us? What do you mean?" "You know exactly what I mean," he said, stepping closer. "We've always had something. I've wondered what would have happened if we tried." My heart froze. I was engaged to Jason. Everything I had planned, everything I thought I wanted, suddenly felt unstable. "Alex, I can't," I whispered, my voice shaking. "I'm getting married." He didn't step back. Instead, he gently reached for my arm. "I know, but I can't deny how I feel. And I think you feel it too." In that moment, I felt torn in a way I never had before, between the stability and love I shared with Jason and the intoxicating pull of something forbidden and familiar with Alex. I pulled away, trying to collect myself. When I returned home, the tension was impossible to hide. Jason sensed it immediately. He didn't greet me with warmth or relief, only silence. The next day, the truth came crashing down. Jason sat in the living room, arms crossed, his eyes heavy with disappointment. "I know what happened," he said quietly. My stomach dropped. "What do you mean?" "I know about New York. I know what you did, Emily. I can't be part of this." I tried to explain. I told him I was confused, that it wasn't what it looked like. He didn't listen. He walked away, leaving me alone with the consequences of my choices. The days that followed blurred together. My calls went unanswered. I saw him laughing with friends, moving forward without me, and I realized I had lost him, the man who loved me without conditions. I tried to justify my trip, telling myself nothing truly happened. But deep down, I knew better. I had broken something that could never be repaired. Alex was nothing more than a fleeting thrill, a reminder of what I had risked and thrown away. My hunger for excitement had cost me the one person who truly mattered. Jason deserved honesty, loyalty, and trust. I gave him lies, secrecy, and doubt. In chasing a spark, I extinguished a flame. Now all that remains are the broken pieces of a relationship I carelessly destroyed and the memory of a temptation that could never replace the love I lost. Please help Ma reach 1,000 subscribers.